Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to round of 16. This is going to be Delta V, or Delta Vive, versus Heroes and Zeros. And we've heard of Heroes and Zeros before. They've done pretty well before in the past, with the likes of Vastrical, Arnking, Maywood Daza, and Get Fisher.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong roster. I'm excited to see what they can do. Vastrical, fun fact, I don't know if he still holds this, but for a long time, he had the single most games of Smite played. The most.
Well, I wonder if that is still the case. We'll have to check that one out, see if we can find out during the little break between the loading. Ban so far, Delta 5 have gone with Loki and Herbois, Heroes and Zeros taking out Noir. Will they ban away Mercury is the question.
Mercury would be a good ban here, but right now we're in a situation in the meta where there are a lot of really good first picks. There's a lot to ban out. It's going to be Zhang Kui. That's a good ban too. Mercury will go through. Delta V do have the option to pick that one up. Delta 5 rather. And they're going to hover, probably lock in Mercury.
Yep, Mercury is locked in. Back over to Heroes and Zeros now. They do get first choice of supports because of this. They could go with the Gab if they wish to, and they are hovering that right now. What else are they going to choose? Serket gets through as well, and Serket, one of these that is starting to rise to power in the jungle as of recent weeks, Cret.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what that agency jungler can do with that. Vastrical has 6,663 wins. It's a lot.
Just a few.
Yeah.
6,663.
So if he advances
3 more
through
wins
this round, and then I believe if he gets to finals, he'll have 6,666.
And the world will explode and end.
Yeah.
Giannis and Athena picked up for Delta 5 there, and we see Ao Kwang in response. Now, Delta 5's lineup here, Athena, Giannis, and Mercury, a lot of presence across the map, high mobility from these gods being drafted so far. So, though, I mean, Serket and Geb, they're not slouches in terms of their mobility either.
Yeah, Geb can't really get out, but he can certainly get in, and he's very good at rotating. Ao Kwang, honestly, if you use Slither properly, is fairly mobile himself, partially because you have to move less than other characters. You're so far back that you only have to make slight adjustments relative to, say, Serket, who has 2 dashes for a reason and will use both of them extensively to reposition in an engagement. Ra locked in for Heroes and Zeros, going to give the sustain that they could need to push down those towers in the mid and late game. Artemis hover from Delta 5. The ADC for H and Z has not been picked yet. I want to see on her because I've seen Vastrical play it, and I really like watching on her.
Well, it looks like it is going to be Artemis and Chunga locked in for Delta 5. So they've picked up Chunga for the solo lane. I'm guessing they're expecting Ra... they are expecting Ra to be solo. Obviously, Ao Kwang will be more than likely in the mid lane there. So Chunga versus Ra is a favourable matchup for Chunga if played correctly. Most of the time, we'll see if that one does work out for him, though. But now it's over to Heroes and Zeros. What are they going to draft? I expect Anher, like you said, Kret, here, as, Anher has a pretty good matchup. And with Rama and Apollo being banned away, we do go deeper down to the tier 2 sort of Hunter picks.
We're gonna see it. I'm excited. I love watching on her play because, let's be honest, probably one of the coolest mechanics in Smite in terms of how it works and how it plays is gonna be that pillar stun. And Vastrical's good. We could see a lot of those in this game. It's not a bad matchup against Artemis either. You can apply a lot of pressure. You can immune the hit from Tusky using your Desert Fury. Great auto attacks. And with that pen steroid, you can kind of keep up with Artemis holistically, not in terms of just raw basic attack damage, but holistically. So this could go very well for Vastrical. But Delta 5, they have a lot of carry potential. They have the anti-heal from Chunga for the team fights. Might not be that strong in lane, but in team fights could definitely do a lot. This is an even draft, and we'll see if it can be an even game.
We'll be right back, guys, after this short break as these teams load in. Delta 5 versus Heroes and Zeros, round of 16. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Round of 16, Delta 5 versus Heroes and Zeros. Delta 5 going to be starting on the bottom half of the map. The blue side, the left-hand side of your spectator UI. We're going to see G-Flex playing Mercury in the jungle. Sintabas playing Artemis as the Hunter. Funman in the mid lane as Janus. Ed Big Chill X playing Chonga in the solo lane, and rounding them up will be Ketchup for the win on Athena support.
Heroes in zeros, Getfisher in the jungle, Estherket, Arn King on your solo lane, Raw with Darzer in the mid lane on Ao Guang. Maywood playing your support, Gabad Vasterkal, team captain as your hunter on her. Hinduman, you don't look ready for this match. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I was born
I'm not ready. I'm not
I was
ready.
born ready. Like
I wasn't. I was
this
born
is the
in
calm
Kansas, dude.
before the storm. I was born in Manchester. I never saw the sun until I was 12.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I actually got out of Kansas after a week. I was a week old and
Was
I
there
left.
anyone called Dorothy there? Like
I don't know. I was a week old. I have no idea. I've never been back. Good decision in my life. It was a really good decision. We're going to get this game underway, guys. 10 seconds in, and the camps have spawned. Looks pretty standard so far. No invades, no shenanigans, just everyone heading to lane.
Yep, nothing too unusual to speak of. I mean, we saw the early wards come out. It looked like Heroes and Zeros were grouping up for an opportunity, but an early ward from Delta 5 just let everyone know what was up, and now we're just back to the farming in lanes. Right-hand side, you're going to see Circuit and Raw make it a little bit quicker to the lane than the Delta 5. Obviously, that does take a little bit longer overall. On the left-hand side, though, you can see Maywood going aggressive with Vastrakal already with that early push coming out from them. Surprised to see, actually, they managed to put the pressure down so early onto this duo.
On the right-hand side, Getfisher attempts to pressure the blue buff. It doesn't work out for him, not able to get it. Not able to really assign any pressure either, as Chunga did still take the risky path across. And this solo duo lane is not going too poorly for Delta 5, which is always a compliment when you're laning up against a Raw. Raw is so good in the solo duo. But jump in from Vastakal White on the edge of tower, big damage. The Impale is stuck in a trap, so a little bit of turnaround from center base. But that's still in Vastrakal's favor.
Yep, well, in the jungle, Getfisher's going to invade, steal away these back Harpies at the moment. Taking a little bit of time, just takes the big one and leaves before she overstays her welcome. Mercury was rotating around. Giannis going to get a nice vortex to the face there on the rotation from Getfisher. But he should be fine for now. This looks like a speed invade from them overall. Maybe? Nope. Fisher's going to return to his own half of the jungle, or is he? He's thinking about options here.
It's just something that you guys can take back home for yourselves. The big Harpies worth 45 gold and 140 experience. Solo, small Harpies, 22 experience and 13 gold. They really don't matter in comparison, so just taking the big one is definitely worth doing. If that's all you can get it, focus it down first when you're evading, etc., etc. In the long lane, Vastrakal has hit level 4, can jump in if he wants to, as his mid and his jungler are going for the red buff, so their rotation time isn't too poor. Just barely misses a pillar stun there, but it was pretty close.
Well, in the jungle, Getfisher did take the red buff, gave it over to Ao Kwang nice and early, so Dart is going to have that one online for himself as well. Has hit level 5, as has Getfisher. Meanwhile, Mercury only level 4 right now. Looking for an opportunity to the left-hand side here. Did walk through a ward, though, so Heroes and Zeros well aware. He's just trying to soak up experience here more than anything, Cret, just to hit that level 5. Mid-cam's due up in about 40 seconds' time. So keep an eye on those, as we'll see the rotations come out from both teams. It looks like Athena's already moving over towards mid already.
Yeah, just gonna get there a little bit early and help farm, as Ao Kwang has actually returned to base, getting boots rank 2, so he's going from the Soul Reliquary Rush into boots and wants to prioritize that mobility. Which is really important, because when you can't position, you can't get the Spirit Tempest that you need in these early engagements. Mid camps will spawn in about 10 seconds, a little bit less.
That right-hand side, a lot of pressure onto the Chungo again, forcing the tower. Big rotation coming out from Delta 5 in response to the space and time actually connects with On King. He's surrounded by multiple members, special delivery misses, but the taunt does not. There's some nice damage from Waxing Moon. Follow-up was nicely timed, and On King's going to be the first casualty of all here. Gold Fury call.
And so this Gold Fury call is because there are 4 members on the right-hand side. There's not sufficient global presence to get back to this Gold Fury. Spirit Tempest is used to burst it down. It was a good plan to Arn King, but it was a better response from Heroes and Zeros. They take the Gold Fury, trade even on mid-camps, and though they lost First Blood, they won the engagement.
Yeah, if you keep a look at the experience in gold right now, look at that. 1,600 in favor of Heroes and Zeros, 1,300 in experience. Really nice decision-making from Heroes and Zeros there. And that's why they'll be considered one of the higher-up teams as well, Craig, coming into this one. Just because of their experience from the SWC. And sort of plays like that, you know, more and more teams are starting to realize the opportunity for these early Gold Furies can come.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was such a good play coming out from H and Z. They almost lost too much with Arn King losing that pressure, and if Chunga can get ahead and then rush that Divine Ruin, she can often use her experience advantage to leverage trades and come out on top. But that's not going to be the case, as Arn King's able to get some global gold and put him back, actually significantly ahead his lane opponent.
Yeah, at the moment it's going to be great for him. Now he's going to continue to put the pressure on. And that's one thing that happened. The reason this gank happened onto Ra as well was the amount of pressure he was applying to Chunga early on. Chunga was having a rough time in this lane, being pushed to tower consistently during the early stages. And then so the rotation came out. He was overextended. It was a good rotation. But in doing so, Heroes and Zeros just capitalized on it.
Yeah, I mean, Ra is very dynamic in lane. He has a lot of different ways he can clear, but what it comes down to is when you're able to beam and then drop your heal on the enemy wave, you can actually full clear at level 3. Those two abilities will clear the whole wave. So since then, he's been full clearing, and Chunga doesn't get full clear online until like level 9. Very, very late for a mage.
Takes a little bit longer. You can see that Arn King has put down a ward now on this right hand side as well, so we can see that rotation coming in. If it so happened again, blue buff going to be started up here by Mercury. Going to give that one over to Chunga, help her out. Now Giannis coming over to soak up the red buff. May lose a little bit of experience in mid if he doesn't rotate back there fast enough. As Ao Kwang's wave play is fantastic. Fish is going to wait for him though as well. The portal was used onto Fish and no vortex available just now. And there's the Cobra's Kiss, forcing the damage onto Mercury. Mercury gets only by the Athena, but the damage coming out from the Spirit Tempest is enough to secure Giannis. On the back of that one, G-Flex trying to run away though, low on mana as well. Special deliveries on cooldown, Death Bane's enough to secure it. Taunt only buys time for a second, but damage has already been done. And now Artemis can get caught out in the jungle here.
Yeah, Artemis in a lot of trouble. We'll take the Cataclysm, and that's going to actually be a body block from Tusky. Scumbag Boar. Athena's going to rotate over, and now it's up to Vasterkal. He's on cooldown, but he does have support coming in. Serket with the Death Bane. No, just the auto task to secure the kill. Athena able to dash away once again. Yanis in the area. Chunga falls right-hand side.
Chunga does fall right side. Meanwhile, Ao Kwang rotates right, pushes out this lane. They're going to look for a bit of tower pressure on the right-hand side as well here. Heroes and Zeros early on. You can see they're going to be able to do that with Chunga still being dead right now for a few more seconds. This is a full minion wave that's probably going to die to the tower. Mid-camp's spawning soon. Fisher in position, as is the Mercury and Jarnus though right now. So right camps look like they're going to go over to Delta 5 here. Try and close this gold gap a little bit, but left going in favor of Heroes and Zeros, going to keep it even.
Yeah, Get Fisher sitting at 201 on that Serket. Most gold on his team and highest tied for highest level in the game. Most gold in the game because his team's ahead. So Get Fisher's in a really good position to snowball with Serket, who is a very potent assassin, not only because she does a lot of damage, but because there's so much utility and the versatility of that ultimate being able to set up for Ao Kwang.
Yep.
That he can just kind of do anything. It's sort of like a jungle on her, where it's just, this character's good because they have so many options. The other thing is that Aegis Amulet from Thunman on Yanis, it's a good hit. He will need that against Ao Kwang, but you can't use it before the Spirit Tempest comes out. Otherwise, you just set up for Arn King, or Starzer.
7.5 minutes in the game. Chunga has picked up. Oh, the snipe's actually been used, but there's a Sonic Boom coming out from Mercury. Special delivery connects as well. Throws him into Tower Rage into a Waxing Moon. But the diminishing returns just took effect there. So the stun didn't last very long at all. Right.
Yeah, diminishing return is such a big thing, but Yanis on the left-hand lane is going to rotate over, gets a portal on Vasterkal. Nice Cataclysm just to apply some peel. Double tap connects nonetheless. Maywood in trouble. Ao needs to turn this because one kill's already gone down. Will drop the Tornado, but it's not going to connect on the right-hand side. An engagement coming out, and that's going to be a kill onto Chunga. But dashing in, Vasterkal could be in trouble once again. Getting the auto attack off, catch up for the win. Needs to be careful. Getfish gets a kill on the right hand side, and that tower will fall. Interrupts the recall. Spirit Tempest coming through. Nice portal to get out, but the tornado picks up catch up. Globally, it's a 3 for 1.
Yeah, crazy. And then the right-hand side, the Tier 1 tower goes down as well in favor of Heroes and Zeros. They're looking to rotate as well. Steal away the back harpies one more time, just taking more and more experience, denying more and more jungle to the enemy team. Trying to slowly but surely extend this lead. As you can see by the graphs, it's still continuing to extend in favor of Heroes and Zeros at 9 minutes in. 5.4k gold, 9.2k experience. 9,200 experience at 8 minutes in the game. Sorry, just under 9 minutes in the game, correct? That's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a lot of experience coming out in the gold really does matter too. I mean, 5,000 gold is really the break point where you start to feel it. You've got a Thoth and Pen Boots done on Ao Kuang, and the thing about Thoth is the majority of the damage comes out when you finish building it. On most gods, it's only 22 mana for the stacks. On Ao Kuang, because of his passive and the double dipping, it's going to be 60 magic power. He's going to be stacking that up rather quickly. From this point, Heroes and Zeros, and this is early to do it, but I think they transition into flexing their advantage with map pressure, looking for Gold Fury, looking for towers, and just getting set up with their hyper carries. That also means buying a lot of actives. I want to see them fill out those active slots.
Well, Gold Fury is available again. You can see Heroes and Zeros looking for a rotation for it. Nice early wards this time, though. Coming out from Delta 5, they've got vision of this one. So they're going to try and rotate around. Athena's going to have to make a play. No one else really in position. Space and Time comes out. Does connect with Get Fisher, and he's still tanking it up. The Taunt comes out. Delta 5 get the Gold Fury, but at what cost? Because the Spirit Temp is going to hit onto 3. The Taunt was good, but a little bit of time as the Mercury Sonic Boom comes out. This fight's going pretty well for Heroes and Zeros here, but the Tornado's going to do a lot of damage on G-Flex, thanks to the Impale from Vastrical, who manages to survive against G-Flex. Now Artemis low on mana, trying to get away from an Ao Kuang who's going to hit that Squall on the back. And that's going to be all she wrote as the body blocks come out to pay off for them. Heroes and Zeros extend their lead. Sorry, they drop a little bit of a lead there because I feel Maywood went for the aggression and gave up the Gold Fury for it.
Yeah, miscommunication. Heroes and Zeros definitely still have a long way to go if they want to contest the SPL teams, but they're looking good in this match so far. Darzer picking up a kill onto Artemis as Ao Kuang with auto attacks. Just sounds wrong, but a nice Waxing Moon. This could be a good engagement. Ton back into tower damage onto Darzer, but he's a little bit tanky because of his levels. Tornado dropped, and it will connect onto Chunga, getting the kill. Shell comes up from catch-up. He tries to save it. Is not going to be enough. Heroes and Zeros will back off. The taunt and the tower did enough damage to save mid lane, but not for long.
Have a little look through the builds right now. You can see that Ed Big on that Chunga has gone for Divine Ruin, now got tier 2 boots online. If he, Get Fisher in mid lane, though, goes for full damage, gets a great Deathbane off and Ketchup for the win. Going to back away for now, doesn't get the auto off. Speed buff gets dropped down on this left-hand side by Vastrical, stealing that one away from Mercury. Space and Time comes out from Giannis, looking for an opportunity. Nothing more going to come from it. But now it's going to be a bit of passivity for a few seconds at least, as everybody starts getting in position one more time. Heroes and Zeros in a commanding lead. A few small mistakes on left-hand side. More aggression onto Artemis this time. 3-member rotation. Athena's using the ult to defend. Deathbane comes out. There is the ball used to defend as Maywood dives the tower. Ketchup for the win, going to retreat back. The taunt onto Maywood should be enough to kill him. It's going to be, the tower shot would have, but there's an Impale. And the Desert Fury comes out as well. Fisher goes in, but straight into a trap. That was a great trap placed down there by the Artemis, but Dawes is looking for the ultimate.
Oh, not quite. Oh. Almost there, but Get Fisher's coming in. This Artemis will die. Gets it with the Deathbane. Tower will go down soon after. Mid tower is so low that they can get it whenever they want. Honestly, Vastrical, does he have sprint? He could get sprint. He could just walk up to that tower, hit it once, sprint and jump away, and be just fine. On the right-hand side, Ra getting aggressive onto Chunga, far enough ahead that he can just force Chunga out of every engagement. Waxing Moon used defensively. No snipe from Ra there, but that Waxing Moon was just like, please don't dive me. It was a 180. He wasn't looking behind him. It was just predictive, and that's fine.
Well, Heroes and Zeros starting to turn up the map pressure mid lane though. Sonic Boom connects on Darza. There's a special delivery as well. A lot of burst onto him. He's trying to juke out the best of his ability, but not good enough. As we're going to see the Major Look make him look as he falls to the ground. One of the last times we'll see the Noodle in his current form. Yeah,
this is probably going to be the last tournament where we see him. That's really sad. It is sad. Maywood, though, is going to catch up for the win. Nice Impale, but not enough damage coming out from that on her
Fisher.
Just yet. Now catch-up being turned on by Fisher. Deathbane, Vastrical gets the kill. Try and get Mercury back to the team, but the beads are going to get him away through space and time. Will get a little bit of damage and force H&Z back to a heal where they can sustain back up and push back in. With Ra helping them push, Heroes and Zeros is going to be able to siege these towers pretty effectively at the 13-minute mark.
Yep, 13 minutes in, 15-5, 2 Gold Furies down. One in favor of Delta 5 though, but Heroes and Zeros won the resounding fight after that. You can see the pressure on the left-hand side, blue buff right now. Only tier 2 towers remain. Artemis trying to contest this buff here overall. Suppress the Insolent does not secure that one. Oh, it does, and she's going to continue the aggressions. Athena comes in with a dunk. Vortex does connect from Giannis, Cataclysm from Maywood, but Maywood drops to the ball, and now Vastrical's going to run away. Does get hit by the ball, uses the leap to escape, but the Vortex Impale. He's looking for damage on Giannis, using the Desert Fury to avoid the pull. Spirit Tempest over the back, not going to connect with anyone, though Vastricol still survives. But for how long, as you can see, Ketchup for the win, trying to secure it. But there's Get Fisher to help him out. Squall doesn't connect from Darza, but Get Fisher still going aggressive on King with that mobility, trying to continue this chase over the top. You can see Vastricol with a great pillar over the wall to slow them all down. And you're going to see Chunga go down thanks to the last breath from Get Fisher coming out as well. And Heroes and Zeros just continuing to turn up the heat.
Yeah, Maywood did get caught there, and that was good from Delta 5, but they stayed too long. Thought they could get more, and the rotation came in from H and Z, and Heroes and Zeros got the return kills and made it once again worthwhile in their favor. 6,500 gold and 15,000 experience. Delta 5 is going to be hard-pressed to turn this game around. They need to take advantage of everything that Heroes and Zeros does
Space
wrong.
and time.
Space and time. Sonic Boom.
Hits. And now you can see Get Fisher trying to get away. The portal in from John is going to be enough to secure it with the Vortex. King uses a snipe, but goes down as well. That was Heroes and Zeros there, Kret, trying to bait and play strong, but they forgot about the respawns of Delta 5 and didn't give them enough credit.
Yeah, and Heroes and Zeros have... That's how they've lost all of their players over the past few minutes. I mean, Maywood got over aggressive, got taken down. Darzer in the middle lane got over aggressive. No ultimate by himself, taken down. Ra and Circuit there didn't have their ultimates, low on health. Respawns came back in, semi-global, taken down. Heroes and Zeros needs to clean up their act. They are ahead, but, you know, I think they're not giving enough respect to their opponents. They can still die, and they need to not let that happen. Maywood in trouble, though. Wax Moon comes out, Shell drop, Cataclysm. This could be big. Spirit Tempest, Shockwave sets up for it perfectly. Chungus could be able to get out. Impale from Vastricol trying to peel for Maywood, and that's not something you usually say about a support. Darzer doesn't have the Spirit Tempest. Will try and zone with some tornadoes. The Gold Fury has been pulled. Ra and Circuit on their way back in. They will reset it. They need to back off, honestly.
Yeah, they do, because the rotation's coming back from the respawns of Fisher and On King. It's going to be too much for them to handle. Vastricol realizes this, going to continue to chase that threshold, though, going to slow down the advance of Heroes and Zeros for a second. But they give up Gold Fury control now after that fight. Maywood is low, but they still have an opportunity to start this Gold Fury off. They've got some vision deep on this side. So they're going to see Chunga rotating in, but here we go. Space and time connects, and Maywood goes down. No Hog 3 available. They need to watch this Sonic Boom. Hits On King as well. Forces out the beads. On King trying to juke away, use this passive. Get Fisher does take out the Mercury, and there's the last breath. On to the Chunga, who jukes away. On King takes out Giannis in the back of that one. Fisher trying to juke away with the Death Bane. Meanwhile, in the Gold Fury area, the Tornado connected onto the Artemis, and you see Vastricol picking that one up, followed by Chunga. And all Athena can do is try and run away, but Vastricol's having none of it. He leaps over the wall, looking to continue the chase. On King gonna eat that shield wall, and that does a lot of damage. Tornado gonna zone him out, and the 4-man team are going to be able to clean up that one last surviving member of Delta 5.
I love that decision from Vastricol there. He had enough mana for one ability, chooses the pillar, because he knows with the slow and with the actual blocking that the pillar itself does, it's his best way to get the kill. Really team-focused play there. Great job. Heroes and Zeros take the Gold Fury. They're up 8,000 gold, 18,000 experience. Definitely prioritizing the stuff after the stuff. There have been mistakes made, but Heroes and Zeros have made sure that those mistakes couldn't turn anything into anything really dire, and they're able to punish back. That said, Delta 5 does have some decent timings on their side. They're going to have Thoth, Bancroft's, Pen Boots, Yanis soon. They're going to have their Sov in about 3 minutes. They've got the Divine Ruin on Chunga. They've got the Rage onto Mercury. So they do have some of what they need to get those kills. They just don't have enough gold to kill the entire Heroes and Zeros team.
I mean, I like the decision. When the Gold Fury was, that whole Gold Fury fight lasted a very, very long time over on that side there, correct? What I do like from that Gold Fury fight, hold that right-hand side, Sonic Boom is used onto Get Fisher, who forces the beads, waxing moon misses as well. Vortex does connect, and Get Fisher's damage from the last breath going to bring him down with the poison. Space and time just juked out thanks to a Death Bane with the last remaining ounce of mana. Now On King in trouble. Special Delivery going to connect with him. He's quite tanky though, going to be able to juke out for now. And the rotation on the backside from Darza, he's coming to try and clean up. Can he get a good Squall off, because if he can, G-Flex could be in trouble. Squall misses, Vortex does as well, Athena ultimate in, Tornado does connect on the backside, no he doesn't, Spirit Tempest does land onto Athena though, and she walks into trouble. There's the damage coming off from Celestial Beam from Arn King, and a Squall brings down G-Flex. They're looking for Ketchup now, who ate that Spirit Tempest to the face. They should be able to bring him down with basic auto attacks. The Tornado was there for zone. Squall connects on Giannis, going to need the portal to get away. Snipe does not connect thanks to the portal. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, Kret, left-hand side tier, 2 tower falls to the duo lane of heroes.
Yeah, Athena took so much damage for that Spirit's Tempest. It was a little bit deceiving because I'm pretty sure she took damage as she was ulting over. Because that Spirit's Tempest looked like it did 1500 damage, and it didn't do 1500 damage.
Chunga.
That's impossible. But Chunga in the middle lane, in a lot of trouble, will likely go down. Get Fisher gets the Goomba Stomp for the kill on the right-hand side. Arn King and Darzer are going to pick up the Yanis. All of the outer towers are down. The next objective is the Fire Giant. Heroes and Zeros need to contest that, control that, and take it, then look for the Phoenixes.
Well, they're going to just return to the jungle for now, looking for the pick on the rotation in. Wall coverage from Delta 5 in their own jungle isn't too bad right now, so they should see them rotating over towards this Fire Giant area here. You're going to see a sentry wall put down by Maywood. He's just going to clear out the ward vision that Delta 5 had. And now Athena just needs to watch herself on this rotation in. She's actually going to throw that spear at Arn King to delay him, and she's jumping around with him now. With a bit of a party atmosphere, I'm guessing Delta 5 is starting to feel like this is too much to handle as they're trying to have a little bit of fun with this now. But they need to watch themselves overall. Sentry does go down and clear out the ward one more time. Vastracal comes in. We're going to see a bit of Fire Giant contestation here. This fight could be the make or break for Delta 5. If they can secure the Fire Giant, they managed to do it to a Gold Fury earlier on, Kret. If they can find this Fire Giant on this engagement, they have a chance.
Yeah, they've actually been really good about securing those objectives in this game. Get Fisher trying to zone through space and tape, goes through nice Spirit's Tempest,
Ketchup.
and Ketchup is in so much trouble. Taken down, beautiful play from Darzer, follow up from Bastical. Honestly, that was the alley-oop. Spirit's Tempest sets up the Impale, secures the kill. Heroes and Zeros take the Fire Giant off of some great player mechanics, and now they're going to look for blood and look for the Phoenixes.
Well, they're going to push down the right-hand side here. They're going to rotate back. Vastrical's just going to clear out that minion wave. So they do have their minions coming along with them. It's going to be a 4v5 for the next few seconds. And that should allow Athena to respawn one more time. It's 30-9 here. Heroes and Zeros in a commanding position now. Going to just see them all push down this right-hand side. No split pushing going on. Mercury, though, is going for his speed buff right now. I think this is a little bit too overconfident for his team to try and defend this in a 4v5 against a Fire Giant team. If Maywood gets a good Blink Cataclysm off, you can see a lot of problems for them. Maywood goes in. There we go. I called it before it happened, and there is a big shockwave straight after. The damage is fantastic from Heroes and Zeros. Tornado plus Vastracal going in. Secures that Sonic Boom. Comes out from Mercury, but he's only going to find Arn King, who's going to get hit by the Titan. The Titan might bring him down here, but the shield from Maywood going to buy him some time to speed himself out of trouble. And now the aggression comes out from Get Fisher, and the Squall connection from Darza. The fire minions are going to start pouring out this right-hand lane now. I don't think Heroes and Zeros want to try and end it. They're going to rotate for the mid one. Mid-Phoenix, Maywood. Got to tank this one up. Can catch up, make anything happen. There's only a few members left.
Nice taunt onto about 4 members, but not enough follow-up. The middle Phoenix will fall, as will catch up for the win. Last breath into the team. Cinder Boss will fall, and the call is going to be for the Titan with the healing. They've got a lot of damage. Tornado on top. Auto attacks coming in, and the Titan of Order will fall right before the Spirit's Tempest hits. That's going to be Heroes and Zeros moving on to the next round. 6,664 per vessel.
Really nicely played from Heroes and Zeros there. Few small mistakes, but a lot of those mistakes, correct, came down to them just overstaying the welcome more than anything else, you know? They just went a little bit too greedy, looked before they could make a play, didn't take into account rotations, gave up a Gold Fury at one stage of the game, which was just a mix-up in communications where Maywood wanted to go aggressive and the rest of the team like, no, let's just Gold Fury. Only small things there. From the side, though, sorry, I've lost my mind there. From the side of Delta 5, though, I mean, coming out to face off against Heroes and Zeros, probably one of the teams to, you know, be top contenders for the chance to go into the Pro League and face off in that sort of roundup there. What could you give feedback for them?
Well, you know, you mentioned it actually for Heroes and Zeros as well, in that they stayed too long. Delta 5 took advantage of Heroes and Zeros, got some picks, but then they tried to get more, and they didn't have the damage, the cooldowns to get those additional picks, and ended up giving the trades back to Heroes and Zeros. So that would be one thing that I'd look at. And then it just came down to sort of laning phase. Ra got too far ahead. Chunga, I think people tunnel on the Divine Ruin Moonflower Dance interaction a little bit too hard. Yes, it's good at reducing healing, but Chunga's still very hard to play in the solo lane. She still has trouble clearing. Arn King just took advantage of the Chunga, and I actually think that matchup can go to Chunga when you play it perfectly. But it's definitely the skill level required to play Chunga versus Ra is very much harder for the Chunga. You do win it if you play it right, but you have to trade, you have to get ahead, you have to stay ahead, etc. And the moment you cannot kill Ra, he wins the matchup just completely. So it's very, very difficult. Delta 5, I liked what I saw.
The first blood was really good from Delta 5. Like that rotation from the team, they did use it a lot for it, and that's one thing you've got to consider is how much do we actually get out of this with this big rotation over there. And Heroes and Zeros are one of those teams that will punish you if they can when you do such a big rotation. I don't think you maybe needed all the members to go over there and kill Arn King. You could probably save the Athena rule, and that would have defended the Gold Fury a little bit. But Delta 5, there's signs of life there for them going forward. The Challenger Cup's a long tournament overall, let's be honest, where you can gain points. So I don't think that'll be the last we see of Delta 5.
I don't either. I can't wait to see them try again next week. Only one team can take first place, and only 2 teams can go to the wild card, guys. Stay tuned for our next round match in just a few minutes. We'll be back with round 4 of your European Challenger Cup.